welcome back to Arts and Crafts with Luba Carlson. This is our art journaling edition. And in the previous episode, we created an accordion type of a journal. Well, we kind of started creating the journal. So we did all of this work, and we also picked the cover paper and cut it to size to match our covers. So in this episode, we will finish making the book, and then we will start on creating our very, very first page. Isn't that exciting? I'm so excited for this. Okay, so we have, let me recoup just a little bit. This is a cereal box cut to size to cover the book, so that we have a little bit of margin on the outside of the book to protect our pages. And this is just painted paper that I had in the studio, and this is what I used. So it's cut to size with a border of about 1 inch to help us create the cover. Okay, so I talked a little bit about using glues. This is a permanent glue. I really, really like it. It comes on clear, it dries clear. And then this glue is perfect for when you have things like twine or ribbon, or maybe you want to put some beads in your work, you know, things like that. So this glue is very good for that. Now, I know that this glue stick will work just fine for what I have. So this is exactly what I'm going to use. Just grab the glue stick, put it on your paper. Now for covers, we really want to cover this whole paper, even though it might feel like it's wasteful a little bit, yeah? We do not want this to be flimsy or not attached in some points, because it might ruin the look of the book in the end. So just put the glue on there. Okay, so this goes down, and I'm gonna match my outline so that I'm good. All right, and then I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna use the heat of my hands to help the adhesive to really get stuck. So I'm just rubbing it down, just pushing it down with my hands, just to feel it a little bit warm. Be very careful, especially if what you're using for your cover is kind of thinner paper. So be careful with that, because your glue will soften the paper. You don't want to rip it. Okay, so here's one. Now let's do the same thing with the other. Ooh, look, always check for quality. See, I missed a little bit of a corner, so let's fix that. Always check, make sure that it's all glued in nicely. Okay. I think everything else is good, because it's so easy. It's so easy to miss a spot, especially when you're using white glue on white paper. So I'm gonna make sure this time that I go a little bit over my outline, just to make sure that I don't miss anything. Yes, it does take quite a bit of glue, but again, how many times do we really make new books for us? Not a lot, I hope. Or maybe you do make a lot of books, but then you know the materials go fast. Okay, let's do that. Match that with the frame. Good enough. Flip it over, rub, rub, rub. Okay, this is good. Don't stick to my cover there. Oh, you know what? I forgot baby wipes. Okay, that's okay. So baby wipes is one of those things that I really like to have on my desk, because if I have some sort of a spill, it's very easy to clean up. Well, not today. We'll be okay though. Now, we need to make sure that our corners are done. So what you want to do, maybe if it's hard to eyeball, bring the corner of your cover here to the corner of the board like this. And this way you get the line, a crease, which is right in the middle. And so these are the ones that we're gonna cut off, okay? If you can just eyeball it, it's fine. You don't really need to measure. You know, I mentioned in the previous one that there is a lot of eyeballing with this, so it's okay. Just make sure you have enough room left. Okay. Let's put this off, maybe even further away. We don't need them anymore. Okay, so now we're gonna do the corners. Corners go first. So right here where we just cut off the triangle, you're gonna put a lot of glue right on that, a little bit over to the side, and while it's still wet, you're gonna wrap it on the corner of your board and glue it in, and then maybe even use your fingernail and just go in around that cover to make a very nice fold. And we're gonna do this, what, 8 times, right? Because we have 8 corners. Okay, here's another. If you have a bone folder, you can just go with your bone folder and glue that in. And another, here we go. Okay, make sure it all sticks. Bone folder. Okay. There we are. Okay, so this is one. Now let's do the other. Just even on the fold, this paper looks so pretty. I love it. Oh, come back over here so I don't forget. Okay. Here. Okay, one last corner. Yay, last corner. Here we go. All right, let's set this one to the side, and now let's go back to the first cover. And now we're going to apply glue to the long sides, okay? Long sides, one side at a time. And we want to make sure there is some glue on the edge of the cardboard, like right here, okay? So a lot of glue, and then wrap it in and put it on the cardboard, on the cover, okay? So making sure there's some glue on the board, making sure that I'm really covering it well. Here we go. And wrap around and pull a little bit, be gentle, because again, glue softens your paper. You do not want to pull it too hard. use the warmth of your hands. Okay, this is good. The other side. Now, does it matter if I'm doing short sides versus long sides first or vice versa? Really, no. It's just my preference. I really like to do the long sides before I do the short sides. It really doesn't matter. It's all gonna work anyway. Okay, now I'm doing my short sides. It just allows some order, I guess, in the process. Like, you know, like mixing things for your cake. You want to put your ingredients in a correct order, right? Okay. Wait a little bit. Oh my gosh. These wraps, just look, this is so pretty. Just little pieces of, oh. I know, I say it a lot, but I really, really like painted paper. It never comes out the same. It can be used for so many reasons and ways. Okay. A little bit of warmth of our hands. Hold it down so that it doesn't run away. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay, next. Long side. Long side. Wrap and close. Here we are, the other side. I just suspect that maybe if you're watching this, you're wondering if a regular school glue stick would work for that. And I'm gonna tell you that it'll work for a little while, but then everything's gonna start to peel off. So if you're gonna try and make something like this, make sure you have the correct adhesives, okay? Like you can definitely go kind of cheap on pencils and pens and like all of that stuff. But the glue, you want to make sure you have good glue for this. Or for any collage work, if you do not want it to start peeling off your pages 3 months after, make sure you have good glues. And there's lots of different brands that you can look at. Okay, here we are. Oh, so exciting. That's the last side. I totally could just use this for a picture frame. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. Okay, I don't know how many times I said that I love this, but I really do. All right, so now decisions. Decision-making process. Hold on, let me get the adhesive kind of rubbed off of here, since I don't have my wipes. Okay, let's close that for just a second. We'll be back. Okay, which one is the front and which one is the back? I think this is the front and this is the back, so this goes this way. This goes this way, right? It makes sense when the book opens, kind of this way. All right, now I'm gonna grab it's called signatures, or whatever you want, but this is what goes inside of my book. And I think I'm overthinking right now, but this is the side, these are the edges that we taped together. And I think I would like for the edges to be on my right side, okay? So this is where they go, on my right side. And I try to kind of level this book and like make sure that it's in a good position. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Yep, that works. Okay, so now glue goes on this side. Okay, so let's try this again. This goes here, my tape side on the other side, on my right side. So let's carefully flip this over. Okay, and now we need to put glue here. Why we're not putting glue right here is because this is slightly bigger and it's really hard to guess the size, okay? And since we're eyeballing everything, we're kind of stuck. It'll be fine. Okay, so I need to be here. I am opening, keeping my note, which page I'm working on. And I'm just gonna put a whole lot of glue on here. Just the same way I did with the covers, covering the whole paper. If it lifts somewhere, it's okay. We can just add a little bit of glue on the corners. Okay, fold this back the way I want it and flip it onto my cover, making sure that I have a little bit of the cover on every side to just protect my pages. Here we go. Let's push it on, open to that last page, just rub it in. Okay, I'm not showing you what I'm doing, that's not helpful. Rub it in. Okay, so that's one side, here we are. And now the front cover, here we go. So this is this side of the page that's gonna get glue on, okay? Because it's gonna go here. So I'm keeping my mark that I wanna be on this side where my thumb is, pulling it open a little bit, and, oh, this is not, okay, let's hold it down. And doing pretty much the same thing, putting a lot of glue on it. I'm now looking at the time, and you know what I think, you guys? I think we might not have enough time to even start the next page. We'll see. If we have some time, we'll just start on it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I went through the whole glue stick with this process. Come back in. All right, close, bring it back in. Make sure positioning is right. Here we go. And now we're gonna flip and we're gonna make sure that our book covers are kind of matching each other. So don't squeeze it on just yet. This is kind of a tricky part a little bit, but we can do this. Okay, now when you're happy with your positioning, that's when you're gonna start pressing on and then go back, whoop, come back. And rub it on. All right, we have one thing left that I really wanted to do for this book. And it's the way to close it, to keep it closed so you can carry it around. And I really thought about two ways we can do this. One is the super easy way, which is you get the twine or the ribbon, whatever makes you happy, kind of get some length, probably, let's see, what's this, 11 inches, 12 inches maybe, just to make sure you have enough to tie. So you hold your hand here, you come to the middle, and then you can wrap once or twice. I usually wrap twice, and then I give myself another 12 inches from here to probably, it's all eyeballing, it really doesn't matter. It's probably going to be a little bit too long, and that's okay. And then you just cut, and you tie. It's pretty simple here, okay? And then if the tails here are a little bit too long. You can make them shorter, just trim. And then tie a knot, just a single knot on each end. Okay. And when you make it like this, it allows your book to grow. So as you add more and more stuff and your book becomes, let me grab this. Oh, excuse me here. Here. And your book becomes fatter and fatter, yeah, as you add things. So this kind of tie allows you to do that. Okay, so this is one tie. And the other one, which I'm not going to really do today, I just want to show you, because why I'm not doing it right now is because the glue is going to take forever to dry. This glue takes about 12 hours to dry. So I'm going to show you, but then I will do it off camera and let it time to do this, okay? So what you're doing for the second tie, ideally, is you cutting enough twine, 4 pieces. Let me see, what do I have here? Probably 18 inches, okay? 18 inches, 1, 2, 3, come on, and 4. I'll just do my top cover, my front cover with this, okay, and then it'll need to dry. And here's the idea. We're putting 2 of them. I'm just gonna, it's kind of a drafty thing, but we can do this. On the bottom, under the book, like this. So they will go under, and these 2 go on the front cover, and we will glue them on the front cover. And this way, you have ties on each side of your book. There's 4 ties here. So you can keep this side tied, and then your book will open this way, like, you know, regular. Or when we work on the other side of our pages, we can keep these sides tied and work from the other side. And if we want to show off the whole book, the way it opens like an accordion, then we can untie all 4. Okay? So I hope this makes sense. So I'm just gonna do one here and then one over there. There's so many ways you can do this. You can even use like a piece of elastic to hold your book together. Whatever works for you is good, okay? So of course, if you want a straight line, measure the same distance, yeah? Draw a line and then do this. I am kind of a freehand person, so I might regret this, but who knows? Okay, so here's my glue. Kind of make sure I have same distance and just put it on my glue here. And then you need to press it. I do not like to use my fingers with this because it really sticks to everything. So I use the wrong side of my glue stick. And I just press it on. Let's see how we're doing. I may be even able, it didn't leak too bad, so I think I may be able to do the back without causing too much trouble here. Just push it in, press it in. Okay, here's one. Let's see, maybe here. Just little dots of glue. I'm not using a whole lot of it. Just need to make sure that the twine will stick. Here we are. And yep, probably here. Just fix it to it. Okay, and then just push it harder. Seriously, don't use your hands on this. Use a tool, whatever you have. A pencil would work. Sharpie would work, anything. Just don't put your hands on this, okay? This is not tacky on the top. Okay, I think I can do this. Let's move over. All right, so now you need to make sure that you're kind of on the same level, okay, for ties. So here we go. Here's this. Make sure I have enough to tie. Here we go. Here's why I'm not using a hot glue gun for this, because hot glue gun leaves a whole lot of like that plasticky leftover residue, I guess, behind, and I really don't like it. It doesn't look neat. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna do a super quick tie on the sides. It's super wet, so I have to be very careful because I do not want to break anything. But I want you guys to see what's happening. And because these are very, like, they're not fixed, yeah, not fixed ties, it will grow as it grows. Okay, so here we are, and it opens just like a book, and we can work in this. All right, I hope you had fun. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.